So, Dwarkadish's wife, Lilavati Dasi, requested two specific verses from Shreemad-Bhagavatam. Because Dwarkadish, he was my student for many years. And then he also became a preacher in his own right. When I met him, his name was Shantibai. But then, by regularly attending the Namahat programs, he got initiated, and we saw in this temple. And what year was that? 89? 1999. We saw Bhakti Churu Maharaj said, and your name is Dwarakadisha Das. Everybody went, wow. They couldn't believe that he got such a name, Dwarakadish Das. Then, still he was attending so many classes and programs, and then he became inspired to go out and preach. And he became a very formidable preacher in his own right. You saw so many devotees came from the Radha Raman temple. He was very, very popular, more popular than me in that temple, I have to say. That's how great he became. And he also preached in Europe and in India, so he was established as a preacher. So Lilavati impressed upon me that this opening shloka of the Shreemad-Bhagavatam should be mentioned. So we'll do that. So the first line, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Let's do it one more time. Now this verse, unless you know it, is not an easy verse, so I'll just chant it. And you also know, anyone who knows the verse can recite along with me. Janmad yasya yaton bayad itaratas chartesh vabhigya swarat tene brahma hridaya adi kavaye muhyanti yatsuraya tejo varimadang yatha vinamayo yatra trisargo mrisha damna swena sada nirasta kuhakam satyang parang dimahi. So this is the opening verse. There are 18,000 shlokas in the Shreemad-Bhagavatam. This one is the very first and one of the most important. By including the word, everyone you can say, Dimahi. That means this is a Gayatri mantra. So this prayer is meant to be meditated upon. So let's see how Prabhupada translates it. Now this translation is how Prabhupada translates it in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So it's slightly different from how it appears in Bhagavatam. And I like this particular translation because I find it to be even more eclectic. And I see we are in an advanced audience, so I think it'll be okay. This you can repeat. O my Lord, Sri Krishna, Son of Vasudeva, O all-pervading personality of Godhead. If you want the exact reference, Prabhu, Madhya 8, 266. Is that what he has on the board? He has 111? All right, but it's different. If you have time, Madhya 8, 266. Let's see how good he is on the computer. O all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Sri Krishna because He is the absolute truth. and the primeval cause of all causes of the creation, sustenance, and destruction of the manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations, and he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being. And by him, even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion, as one is bewildered by the illusory representations of water seen in fire, or land seen on water. Only because of him do the material universes temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of nature appear factual, although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon him, Lord Sri Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusory representations of the material world. I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. So, what makes this so significant? The author of Shreemad-Bhagavatam is Vyasadeva. And Vyasadev's literary masterpiece was known as Vedanta Sutra, which is highly technical Sanskrit philosophical work. And it's based on the 108 Upanishads. But for our benefit, Vyasadeva, everything that is there in the Vedanta Sutra, Vyasadeva himself personally explained in the 18,000 verses of Shreemad-Bhagavatam. So the Vedanta Sutra, one of the opening slokas, Janmadyasya Yato. So he begins his Bhagavatam with the same thing. So this verse is explaining how Krishna, God, is the absolute truth. Everything comes from him. Everything is maintained by him. And in terms of the material manifestation, eventually everything will enter into him. But he remains the same. Now, Bhakti Siddhanta, Prabhupada's guru, on this verse, spoke for a whole month, every day, just on this sloka. That's how much. And he didn't repeat himself. So, I'm only going to touch on one or two words, because who wants to take prasad? Oh, you don't want prasad? You guys want 6 hours class? Well, look, he's shaking his head. Be careful what you ask for. Okay. Anyway, that's not Prabhupada's standard. Hour at the most. So, one word here. Abhigya. Here, Prabhupada translates perfectly cognizant. Another way you can say all-knowing. He knows past, present, and future. Don't you wish you had that facility? But Krishna knows past, present, and future. Okay, another big word, swarat. Everybody say swarat. Here it's translated independent, but actually when it says swarat, Krishna is absolutely, unlimitedly independent. As this diorama of Damodar Leela proves, those of you who have studied the song, those of you who have read the pastime, Mother Yashoda tries to tie up. Now Krishna at this stage is only 3-4 years old. It should not be difficult for her to bind him with ropes. But no matter what she does, when she tries to tie the final knot, it's 2 fingers too short. More rope is added. She tries to tie the final knot, still 2 fingers too short. You could have added all the rope in the universe, it still would have been 2 fingers too short. Krishna is teaching her, and through her teaching us, he is Swarat. You cannot tie me unless I agree to be tied up. Otherwise, no. He is completely, even though he looks like a 3 or 4-year-old child, he's still Swarat. He's still Abhigya, perfectly cognizant. He's still God. The form does not have any limitation on him. Therefore, there's another name, Ananta. Everybody say, unlimited. So, when we say he's all cognizant, he's unlimitedly all cognizant. When we say he's Swarat, he's unlimitedly independent. Not us. We are conditioned, we are controlled by so many modes of nature and laws of God and nature. Here in America, we like to think, oh, we are independent. No, we're not. We're not independent. There are so much restrictions on us. Anyone who's married, you're not independent. I heard her, she's laughing. I know that laugh. She knows it very well. But Krishna, through this pastime, is teaching, you cannot tie me up with ropes. But the song also has a word, Bhakti Badham. Everybody say, there is one thing more powerful than Krishna. When I was growing up, I used to watch this stupid TV show, Superman. Superman was the American idea of Krishna. He could do it, nothing could stop him. He was Superman, and he had the American flag, and he was, But there was one thing that was more powerful than Superman, kryptonite. So there's also a kryptonite with Krishna. And this is something that when I found this out, I said, this is my movement, this is my religion. There's one thing that is more powerful than Krishna, it's called love. Love of Krishna is the only reason Krishna allowed Mother Yashoda to tie him up, because of her love. All you need is love. I used to sing that song, but I never found it in Dina or Michelle or what. I was chanting that song for years and years. I was thinking, where's my love? But then Prabhupada pointed out, here, you love Krishna. Yes, I love my wife, don't worry. But even she will tell you. You ask her, Prabhu, I love you, but. See? What is that but? That but is you better better be a devotee. I'm not going to love you if you're a nonsense rascal, fool, demon. You have to be a devotee and behave accordingly. So, Prabhupada is teaching us that Krishna is a person and he's controlled only by love. Mother Yashoda loves little Gopal, and it's because of that love he allows himself to be tied up. So if you want to capture Krishna, that's what Krishna is looking for. Love and devotion. And going back to Lord, because it all ties in. It all ties in. You want to love Krishna? Who wants to love Krishna? Then here's the process. Drum, please. I'm glad you stayed. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody. Sounds like I still have my audience. That's the key. You got to be able to keep the audience. Only a couple of people have left. That's good. In the early days, when Prabhupada was first starting this movement, they would do 1 hour kirtan, and they were very enthusiastic. Then Prabhupada would sit down to have a Bhagavad Gita class. 3/4 of the people would leave. That's how this movement started. But those who were sincere, they stayed, they heard, they learned, and the movement progressed. So, final verse for tonight. So, towards the end of Shreemad-Bhagavatam, Shukadeva Goswami is finishing up his instructions to Parikshit. Soon Parikshit will leave his body, the snake bird will come. So to finish up his instructions, this very, very powerful verse appears. And this verse, I love this verse so much. Please repeat. Kaler dosha nide rajan. How do you all know this verse? I have to give you the bell. I knew this was an advanced class. Asti hi eko mahan guna kirtanad eva krishnasya mukta bandha parang vrajet. So, first word, please repeat. Kaler dosha nide. Shukadeva is telling, O King Rajan, O King Parikshit, as far as I can see, this age of Kali, when did the age of Kali begin? According to Shreemad-Bhagavatam, in more than one place. The day Krishna left this planet Earth, Kali Yuga began. So, by the time Parikshit is hearing Shreemad-Bhagavatam, Kali Yuga has already begun. Parikshit had to combat Bali. He had him face to face. So, Shukadeva is saying, my dear king, how I see Kali Yuga is like an ocean of bad things. Now, I don't know about you, but I watch the news, and sure enough, every day, just like my wife and I say, has it blown up? Have they blown up the world yet? Just when you think it can't get any worse. Oh my God. Some other crazy, what? This like the last couple of days, you might be aware. You're thinking, can it get any more weird and this great? Nope. Trust me, tomorrow, I know for sure, it's going to be crazy. More crazy than today. So that's why this verse is important. Because it's Kali Yuga. It's not getting better. It's only going to get, oh my God. Whew. That's why Prabhupada said, go back home, back to Godhead now. Don't stick around. Because Kali Yuga is only going to get worse. And I think it's going to get worse. Yee. Whew. So it's time to go back home. Who wants to go back home, back to Godhead now? All right, this verse is going to tell you. So he says it's like wave after wave after wave of bad, faulty things this age of Kali. But asti hi eko mahan guna, there is one great quality in the age of Kali. Sigh of relief. There is one hope. Kirtanad eva Krishnasya. Kirtanad eva Krishnasya. Kirtanad eva Krishnasya. The one, only one good thing about this age of Kali, the kirtan of Krishna. I'm looking at the Sanskrit right here. It's not kirtan of anybody else. It's Krishna kirtan. He's very specific. Krishnasya in Sanskrit genitive case, of. The kirtan of Krishna, not anybody. If somebody says, let's do this kirtan, this, no. Kirtan of Krishna. And I think we do that here in this temple. Do we do it? I forgot. Show me how to do it. You're in key. I can't hear you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama, Hare. Take it away. So Shukadev in the last line says, Mukta Bandha Parang Vrajed. He says, if you do this kirtan of Krishna, then Mukta Bandha, you become liberated from all bondage. So, many of you might know Dr. Martin Luther King. He preached that he wanted to be free. I'm free at last. We have the same message spoken 5,000 years ago. Mukta Bandha, liberated from all material bondage. Isn't that a great concept? Liberated, saved, delivered from all bondage. And how do you do that? Parang Vrajet. You can go to the transcendental spiritual kingdom. And who's there in the transcendental spiritual kingdom? Krishna, Radha. And Prabhupada says, it's been written so many times. I have it here. I can show you. If you chant how many rounds? 16 rounds of what? So if you do that 108 times 16, that's 1,728 times a day. That's all. 16 times 108. I did it on my calculator. 1,728. If you do that, then and you follow those 4 principles that we talked about, then you can go back home, back to Godhead when? This lifetime. All in favor say Haribol. All right. Class is dismissed. Go take Krishna Prasad to your full satisfaction in memory of Dwarakadish Prabhu Ki. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.